tell me what's up. They wanna play with me rough. They wanna do what I can do. But they can't play me for a fool. No. Hey, wise up? It's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son as you can vote. William Jewell, giving you my detail as I articulate. This is articulating. Right. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn the notifications on so you can get all the new content, all the new videos when I post them. I just came here to articulate and give you my telescopic and microscopic view from close up and far away of this thing we call hip hop. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I know it's been a while, you know, and I just enjoy this. So I'm glad I get to get back at it. Right? I'm glad I get to get back at the end of the year wrap up. I don't even have any notes, but I just wanted to talk to the people. Just wanted to give y'all like my synopsis on everything that's been going on in music. We got dedicated to Cataly Barritz by Big Krit. Damn, we got the 21 Savage album. We got Nas Light Years album. We got the Conway album. We got a lot of things in hip hop to talk about, or things that I've been meaning to get to. Shout out to my Lord the Great. Told him I would give him some love, so definitely shout out to him. Now or Never, the new album. Y'all go stream that if y'all haven't already, right? Waco, Texas, stand up. What's up? But from the beginning, I want to get to dedicated to Cataly Barritz. Now let me make sure I'm saying this title right before I keep going forward, because I would not like to do Krit that way. But okay. Dedicated to Cataly Barritz. Right? As he said on the song, the middle name is Eloise. Cataly Eloise Barritz. So man, this is definitely that car music, right? This is definitely something that you're riding to when you're swinging and banging, when you're riding slab, when you just jamming, you know, from I-20 to high def to just the beginning of the song to not in the whip, like just it just gave me flashbacks of Texas in the late 90s, early 2000s. Fat Pat, DJ Screw, Zero, Slim Thug, Paul Wild, Chameleonaire. When we talk about Celebrate the Line that was on this album, Bun B, like it just gave me glimpses and flashes back of the Trill OGs that represented Texas back in the day. And he continues to pay homage time and time again. This is something as a Texan I have to honor Big Krit for. I have to uplift him and give him praise, because he's always giving love to the Texas legends and the car culture of Texas. Being from Mississippi, probably a place that was marginalized. In the interview, I saw that he just wanted Mississippi to be recognized as more than a town or more than a state that's known for burning crosses, right? That's known for more than the Confederate flag and the KKK. Like, he wants Mississippi to be known for some of the positives that it's contributed to the US of A. And, you know, when we look at Big Krit, he's one of those plus signs. He's definitely one of those plus signs. And the reason why I go on about him, because like I am a very Big Krit fan. I've been to multiple shows. You know, I've been there since 2010, back at Sam Houston State. Return of Forever, right? That was the first album I heard from Krit. And from then I was instantly locked in. So like I'm very familiar with his music and with his background and what he stands for and what he means, right? So, like, to be honest, when I first heard this album, like, I didn't love it. And, you know, I like it for what it is, but I still don't love this album. Even though I've been through a few listens, I like it for what it is. Or let's just say I love it for what it is, you know, when we talking about Texas. But from a totality standpoint, like, I don't love the substance or the recurring theme of the substance. It's like I feel unfulfilled. It's like when you eat food, but you're never getting full. Like, the food tastes good, it's good music, but it doesn't have those calories, right? It doesn't have that dense, nutritious value to really fill me up. And I don't think that this had that substance to really fill me up. I could see him teetering on the line and going there here and there, but sticking to the theme of the album. And that's why when we think about the theme of this album and what he created, you gotta love it. But as a Krit fan that really hasn't heard a project from Krit in years, this is not necessarily what I was hoping for, right? And I wanted a little bit more. Like, if you're a Krit fan and you like that type of style of music that he does, which all of us do, it but he's so much more as an artist. He's so much, variety. He's multifaceted, multi to the sun die. And to be honest, this was like that one trick pony type of thing. This was just staying in one lane and not veering off. And to me, it was very safe because this is easy music for him to make. High def, I-20, precious metal, like in the rain, like you could hear where he was trying to go and where he could have went, but he decided to not veer off and kind of stay within that lane. So, I mean, ever loving sub knocker, like, I like the album, right? The production is there, the harmony, um, the melody is there, like rapping, high quality, no bad music, throwing bows like Cam Newton when he did the dab, like swangers, like it was good music. It was good lyricism for what it was. It was the melody was right, the instrumentals, the production was very complimentary. Just the style that we tend to nod our heads to when it comes to Texas, when it comes to artists like Big Crit. But you know, like I said, it was good, but it wasn't fulfilling for me. So I have to kind of stick with that review, because if not, I'm doing a disservice to Crit and really just to people who listen to me and like take my word serious. And then we go to Light Years, Light Years Nas, DJ Premier. Like, when we talk about Light Years, man, Light Years is like just grown. It's just adult. It's it's that manhood music. Somebody that knows what it is to be a man. Somebody who knows what it is to run business. Somebody to that knows what it is to strive, to want more, and to be inspired by, the cryptocurrency talk. Be inspired by teachings and knowledge and wisdom that our elder statesmen can give us. This is for the men that want growth, right? This is grown man music. Albeit, we got the boom bap, right? And it's crazy because, like, my taste in hip hop is so it's various. It's such a large variety. Although like I don't like too much of one thing. Um, I feel like it's wide and full of colors. It's something about boom bap that Southerners particularly don't appreciate. And I've kind of noticed that within some of my friends when it comes to boom bap type music, when it comes to that type of production that's not trappy, that's not dirty south, that's not like up tempo with a lot of 808s. Like I've noticed that some of those friends of mine, they tend to shy away from that type of music. But I see it as the roots. I see it as the foundation. I see it as the soil of hip hop. The scratching from DJ Premier. I see it as the soul of hip hop. And this album spoke to the soul of hip hop, right? From everything from Paul's tape to writers, right? To Bouquet, like New York State of Mind 3, this this thing that Nas knows how to do is just paint pictures with his lyrics. Like he just know how to illustrate New York in a way like you can't see with your eyes, or in a way that your eyes can't even see the details in which he describes New York. And besides that, just his love for hip hop, his acumen, his acknowledgement and honoring others, like the women, like sons, like that song just telling stories and just giving us different perspectives. Like this is so heartwarming. This is pretty much the substance that fills me, that I feel wiser, I feel smarter for listening to this type of album. I've gained perspective on certain situations that I might not have had through the music that Nas and the lyricism of Nas, and just giving me that street, that gritty, that hip hop traditional sound of boom bap DJ Premier. It's so ironic that DJ Premier is from Houston, Texas, but his beats are New York sounding, similar to Alchemist being from the West Coast, and he makes New York sounding or East Coast sounding production. Like DJ Premier is one of those producers that deserve to be exalted, you know, from East Coast sounds and New York sounds the same way the West Coast and Cali exalts Dr. Dre, right? The same way Texas, right? Atlanta exalt their producers. So, I mean, I love Light Years. I love Light Years just because it kind of gave us everything we need from a hip hop perspective. Only one feature, and that was AZ. No singing other than the New York State of Mind hook, I guess you could say, but just, and no true hooks, just different verses and different one liners taken from multiple songs and added to make, like, that's what hip hop is. And like this album is the culmination of what hip hop means, from the graffiti to DJing to the MC, right? And only thing that you don't see is the breakdancing, but like this embodies the definition of hip hop. And for us to like look otherwise is definitely damning, right? So articulating rap, like I have to give you the detail of that. And shit, we go to Lil Baby, the leaks. I know I said 21 Savage. I didn't speak about Lil Baby, but as I'm going through these albums, when I heard dedicated to Catalina Ritz, I knew I heard the leak. the leaks from Lil Baby. And I enjoyed the album. Like for a time, it seemed like Lil Baby was kind of falling off musically. Like his, like he just wasn't sounding like he was hungry. He wasn't sounding like he was passionate about it anymore. And if you believe that, then you believe that listening to the licks, the hunger seems to be back. The passion seems to be back. Like the track list, all the features, it was cohesive. The features was very complimentary, and I just think that Lil Baby pretty much showed people enough to get us to pay back attention to what he's got going on musically. All right, I'm not gonna have a deep dive into the album because I am talking about a lot of albums. I probably only listened to this 2 or 3 times, but I've listened to it enough to know that it was cohesive. It was good energy, good vibes, and everything that he did showed us that he still has an appetite for success and rap music. And and when it comes to the Gunner, like back and forth between Lil Baby and Young Thug, when it comes to all that, because we're about to get into the 21 Savage album. Like I think the fact that Gunna is doing what he's doing, I think everyone should really be quiet about Gunna. Really, I think every time they're street or quote unquote street and they open their mouth about Gunna, like they just only make themselves look bad. So at the same time, if Lil Baby did have a verse that was dedicated to Gunna, which it do seem like he did, I think it was ill intended, right? It was not, it didn't land. It wasn't a good target. And I mean, we see Thug still reaping the side effects to basically putting a name on that bullet and putting Gunna out there for shame or for ratting. Like even Young Thug still hasn't like fully recovered, and it's just like you think about it, like damn, God like Gunna, like that's how you know Gunna made the right decision. If Gunna wouldn't have made the right decision, everything that he did after the decision that he made would have crumbled. So, and we're seeing the other side crumble. And sorry to get on this sidebar when I'm talking about the leaks from Lil Baby, but it's just one of those things that's a constant theme in the Young Thug, the Little Baby, the 21 Savage, the conversations with Big Bank, all those things we have to take into account. And when we talk about 21 Savage, when we talk about the new album that he came out with, like I feel confident in 21 Savage. What happened to the streets? I feel confident in what he did. I like what he did when it comes to the last album that he did. Then when it comes to this album, it's like he not missing. American Dream was at the top of last year of 2024. This is at the bottom of 2025, so damn near 2 years apart. Like 21 Savage really hasn't missed. And what happened to the streets? Like the whole track list is good. There's really no bad music on here, no skips. Um Mr. Recoup, I'm not mad at it. Pop It, I'm not mad at it. Right? Because we talking about Lotto, we talking about features with Drake. And Lotto is rumored to have a relationship with 21 Savage. So the fact that they're on this song together, and then she says she's with this British man, they kind of confirming that they are together, right? And then Mr. Recoup from Drake. I know some people doesn't think like lyrically it's a good song, But just that beat, man, I cannot deny that beat. That beat is so fire. Like the keys on that beat, just the production and just the flow. Like the flow that's not really trying to flow, but just it's a vibe. Especially what Drake did. He just vibed on there. He didn't really try to rap. And to be honest, to me, that is an art form in itself. Because you gotta know how to vibe on a song and say enough to not sound lame, but say enough to where people don't have to think too much and they could just jam out. And then when it's time to perform that song, everybody can repeat the words. So I mean, Drake is a master at that, and so Mr. Recoup, I like it. I can't deny it. And I'm glad he showed 21 Savage some love on that song. Dog shit with Glorilla. Like everything was good. I really loved Atlanta Tears with 21 Savage and Lil Baby. You know I love that pain music, so I really like what they did right there. So I mean everything was cohesive. The production was there. Um, just everything sounded good, and I think 21 Savage has benefited from being someone to stay out of mess, but at the same time know when to say what he needs to say to get his point across or to get whatever he wants to say across. I believe 21 Savage has mastered that, right? And when we talk about the Big Bank interview, when we talk about the snitching stuff, when we talk about just his relationship with Drake, like he's mastered it. Even the conversations that he had on the jail phone with Young Thug, like he didn't put out the telephone calls. He even said he might have said some other shit, but they just got the good stuff he said. He even admitted that, knowing that he probably did say something else, but they just recorded something that made him look good. Like, so I think 21 Savage as an adult, as like a grown man, like he's looked at like with respect. Just like how he carrying himself is incredible. Like, and I kind of gotta salute that too. So even if people don't agree what he said about the Drake and Kendrick, and Drake was only gonna be 1.1 if he like you know won a battle against Kendrick, and the fact that he didn't think that Drake should have done it anyways. He didn't have nothing to win. So a lot of people didn't agree with what he said there, but I have no problem with what he said because I mean, if you want to look at it that way, you can look at it that way. It just all depends on what you look at it because it's really all subjective. No opinion is truly wrong. But the fact remains now that he did go to war with Kendrick and he did lose. And so all we got now is what's going on now. Ain't no more shoulda, woulda, couldas because you didn't, cocksucker. But it is what it is. And man, shout out 21 Savage, man, and shout out Bank. But man, this year is coming to an end. This year is coming to an end. A lot of good music that's been out. A lot of good music that's been out. Shout out to my boy, my Lord the Great. Finally came out with an album, 22 track album. Now or never. I told him I would, uh, review it, and I think it's the perfect time to review it. I think it's the opportunity for both of us to, just I guess come together as a city and rejoice because a lot of people was wondering when he was gonna come out with this album. A lot of people saw him talking on the internet, saying whatever, doing whatever, but it was no album, right? And he's kind of like me, somebody that likes to uh talk about music and discuss hip hop. And the fact that he was discussing other people's music and not putting out music on his own because he is an artist, people was looking at him a certain type of way. But I understood as a former artist myself that sometimes you gotta allow yourself a break, and then really you just gotta listen to other people's music to really kind of your palate, cleanse your palate, and really go back to that drawing board the right way. So Uh, man, I'm gonna go through the album. I'm gonna go through the album. Now or never. Now or never. If you know, you know. Trapped, maintain like that top four. Really, top three tracks was like three of my favorite tracks. When we go to maintain, the Fort song, I liked it. I liked the hook. I liked what he was doing on the beat. But just the production. And the thing is, like, with artists that might not have as much budget for their music, like we gotta get production everywhere we can, but we still gotta remember that theme to keep it, cohesive. So I mean, 22 tracks. I feel like it was a lot of tracks. I feel like it didn't need that many tracks, and the fact that it was that many amount of tracks, it kind of took away from the cohesion of the album. It kind of took away from the structure because you was here, you was there, you was kind of East Coast, you was a little trapped out, you was a little, you know what I'm saying? The production was kind of like all over the place. But one thing I told him is that the lyricism, the wordplay was there from a consistent standpoint. I love the features that he chose. I love Tron Legacy. I love what Cam KT Mo did. I love what Two Raw Koi did on this album. D Red. You know what I'm saying? I love what these artists did on this album and just how he brought it all together. Shout out Daily on the track. How he brought it all together, brought all the people from the city together on this album. I think he did the city a favor as well and gave each artist a look, right? A look. And not saying that this their biggest look, but it's all like collaboration and just shown Waco that we could be together, we could stand together. So from a lyrical standpoint, from a feature standpoint, just from the conglomerate of Waco, Texas coming together on this album and making good music, right? I gotta tip my cap. And even though I said the production is a little bit, you know what I'm saying, everywhere, it's still good music. It's still good quality music, still good songs. But just when I listen to the album, like all the way through from beginning to end, it kind of got a lot of roller coasters that you got to go through from a emotion standpoint and just from a listener a vibe, a digestion standpoint when it comes to listening to the music. But now or never, Money Boy, formerly known as Money Boy, my Lord the Great, back at it. Y'all go check that out. Y'all go stream that album. Salute to Waco, Texas. But this is your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son. It's your kinfolk, William Jewell. Giving you my detail as I articulate. This is articulating rap, rap, rap.